Hi, this weekend I finally got round to watching one of the great 1980s films by Richard Donner. Donner was one of the key directors of the decade, and it's sad that his legacy is now largely ignored. He broke onto the big time with The Omen, which led him to direct Superman the movie. He directed most of Superman 2 before being fired, and then moved on to The Goonies, Scrooged, and all four Lethal Weapon films. And amidst all of this, he directed this film, Ladyhawke, the 1985 fantasy adventure, with an extraordinary all-star cast of not quite A-list stars of the time. Matthew Broderick, Rutger Hauer, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Leo McKern. It's set in medieval France and follows the mouse, a thief named Philippe who escapes from prison in a totalitarian duchy ruled with an iron fist by its bishop. And while escaping, is rescued by Captain Navarre, the mysterious black-clad former captain of the city's guards, who is always accompanied by a hawk. Philippe, however, gradually discovers that Navarre is subject to a curse, that every night he turns into a wolf, but by the same curse, the hawk turns back into a woman. The two were lovers and were cursed by the bishop who summoned all the powers of hell, so that the two can never truly be together. And so, seeing an opportunity for him to clear his name, Philippe joins forces with both of them to try and lift the curse and defeat the bishop. I thought this was terrific. It's a classical fairy tale story, but one which is actually a completely original tale. It's not based on anything from folklore or the Brothers Grimm or anything like that. It's a completely original story. Yet it feels like an age-old fairy tale. It feels like it's something been passed down through the generations because it has that timelessness to it. The lovers who can never be together, the wily but sympathetic thief, the drunken monk who helps them, the cruel bishop who seeks to keep them apart because he's in love with the woman. It has all these archetypal elements drawn from centuries of folklore and parcels them into this very modern feeling adventure. Rutger Hauer is an unusual choice to play the heroic lead. He was actually second choice after Kurt Russell dropped out. Michelle Pfeiffer as the ethereal Ladyhawke herself, Isabeau, um, is perfectly cast and is superb. Matthew Broderick, another somewhat odd choice to play um, Philippe, and who plays it with an English accent, is likably dastardly isn't quite the word, but flexible with his morals. Um, it's a beautifully shot film. It's made in Italy. One unusual element is the electronic score, very modern electronic score from the Alan Parsons project. A title a title theme that sounds like the most exciting theme music you could possibly imagine for a regional news program. But it's a really engaging, charming, beautifully made film. Um, Brilliantly directed by Donner, of course, because he was a fantastic director who is still not taken seriously as an auteur, just because he tended to make big budget studio pictures. But he has a great sense of adventure, of a verisimilitude, the famous element that he brought to Superman, which is taking the fantastical seriously. Because for the characters, this is life or death, and it should be treated as such within the context of the film itself. Um, Superb cast, very strong script, brilliant direction, original and surprisingly effective choice of music. This is a very enjoyable, very entertaining film, and it's very highly recommended.